Here we go. Episode 7 of season 2. Let's get into it. So, Jude has decided that he wants to get back into the prediction game. So, I guess we're going to start back out from when we stopped. It was 9-10. I was leading by 1. So, we'll go from there. Let's start. We'll look at some standings here. I am tied with Kirk for the best record at 6-1. And after that, it's going to be Bill and Josh tied at 4-3. In third place, it will be Jeff, Glenn, Sherry, and Gina at 3-4. Fourth place is Dwayne, and fifth place is still Toddy at 1-6. So right now, me and Kirk have a 99% chance of making the playoffs here. We are officially halfway through the season. We have 7 games left to go. So let's look at the points for. Bill and Jeff both took a big bite. Of course, my dog has decided to eat every bit of his food now that I started the video. I'm sure you can hear that. So thank you, Kobe. Like I said, Bill and Jeff both took a big bite out of my lead on the points for. I'm at 798.56, and Bill is at 768. So I'm 30 points ahead of Bill. He took about a 60-point chunk out of there because I didn't have a good game and they did. And then coming in third behind us, as far as the bet goes, is Jeff at 740. So those are the 3 front runners for the bet. The second front runner here, Bill overtook Kirk for second in points for altogether. So I don't know if we need to look at points against or anything this week. We did that last week. Let's just get into what happened last week. Okay. All right. So last week, week 7. So me versus Sherry, it was a tough performance week. Neither of us seemed like we wanted to win. Eventually, Derrick Henry started playing for me, and my points finally took off. But, Justin Jefferson got 14 points for me. My Eagles defense got 18. Those are kind of the good stuff besides finally Henry coming in and dominating and pulling ahead for me. On Sherry's side, her kicker had a really good game with 21 points, and that was her highlight there. Kate Otten did well, 11 points, but the rest of her team did not do well. Hopefully for her this week, having Tua back and getting her wide receivers going and getting under Tua, that'll work out well for her. Really didn't. Our benches didn't do a whole lot, and I did have a touchdown on my bench, but I didn't really lose anything. All right, moving on. It was Glenn versus Josh. Josh had a rough week, 71 points. So Glenn had an easy win if he wanted it, but he did score 103, so he did good. He'll do even better this week with Jonathan Taylor being back. So Saquon Barkley had 25 points for Glenn. That was really well. Jalen Hurts chipped in with a decent game of 25. Amari Cooper got 12. Mark Andrews finally did something. He got 16. So maybe that's a turn in the right direction for Glenn. On the other side, Josh Allen did really well, 27. Bijan, 21. And the rest of Josh's team did next to nothing. Terry McLaurin got 9 points. But rough week for Josh other than his 2 highlights there. He can only get better, right, with that. All right. And then we had Dwayne versus Kirk. It was actually a pretty close game. Kirk won by 8 points. So not bad. 8 or 9 points there. I'm not math literate. So Baker Mayfield, great game for Dwayne with 35. Chuba did okay. And then his defense, or I'm sorry, his kicker did really well, 17. Other than that, yeah, not a good week. For Kirk, Jordan chipped in with 22. That's a decent day for a quarterback. Brees Hall did really well, 21. Kyron Williams, 19. Those are the highlights for Kirk there. He did leave 23 points on his bench with Javonte Williams. That's kind of a deal there. But, Dwayne left 18 on his bench with Pickens. So they both left some points there. But all right. So big week for Jeff. His team finally broke through. 23 points for Kyler, 25 for Mixon, 24 for Bigsby, 12 for Chase, 12 for London, 13 for Robinson, 24 for his defense. Big week. He also had 30 points left on his bench with Gibbs, 22 with Goff. I mean, he couldn't hardly make a mistake last week. Gina on the other side, Jaden Daniels got hurt, 5.24 points. Her highlight of the week was Kareem Hunt for 20. Other than that, rough week for Gina. She got beat by almost 70 points. Yeah, pretty rough. All right. Last game of the week is Bill versus Todd, and Bill scored the highest in the league so far this year, 159 points, beat Todd by almost 70. Almost 70 points. So we had 2 bad beats this week. For Todd, CJ Stroud did awful, 5 points. Josh Jacobs had an okay game, 15. Aaron Jones got 17. A.J. Brown, 15. The Bills D, 15. On the other side, Lamar Jackson is what pushed Bill as high as he went. He had an amazing game with 45, and then Walker chipped in with 21. Najee, 17. Amon-Ra, 18. 14 for Higgins. 16 for the Bengals defense. So Bill had a great week, mostly because of Lamar Jackson. All right, let's look into the next week. As always, it's going to take me a second to get there. Okay, so me and Gina. I'm gonna pick me this week. I'm kind of still fighting if I'm going to start Kirk Cousins or Jared Goff. The only reason I think about not starting Goff is because he's playing Tennessee, but I might still put him in. I don't know. Puka and Justin Jefferson this week pretty well canceled each other out already. Sam Darnold had an okay game with 22 points. I could pretty easily get that with either quarterback, so I'm not really worried about those 22 points. And the rest of my team is extremely solid. Derrick Henry Tony Pollard is not a matchup for Derrick Henry. I just think that I have a better team all around than she does right now, especially once Jordan Mason and Christian switch spots. But I'm going to give it to me because I just think I have a more solid lineup. But her team is looking better now that Puka is back. So Rashad White had a big game last week. I don't know if she's going to plug him or not. We'll see. But me over her this week. Tomahawks versus Glenn. I am giving it to Glenn. Jonathan Taylor's back. Devontae Smith's is full health. Amari Cooper scoring. Devontae Adams with Jets. He's getting more work. Mark Andrews did well. I see a lot of good stuff here for Glenn. Colts defense good versus Houston. Probably a better defense out there to play. I don't know about that, Glenn. What's your Cowboys defense doing? San Francisco. I wouldn't play them either. If I were you, I would drop the Colts and pick up a better defense going against somebody worse than Houston. Houston is a high-scoring team. But at least you got Taylor in there. I don't see any other any other things that I would change besides your defense there. On the other side, Dwayne Baker Mayfield is doing great. He might be number one or number two quarterback of the year so far. So got Chuba Hubbard, A-Chain, Worthy, Cooper Kupp got 11 for him. Let it be known that Dwayne has Travis Kelce on the bench. Wow. I never thought I would see the day that Travis Kelce would be on his bench when he was going to play a game. It is it's a big week. It's a big week out there. All right. I'm not saying that's even a bad move. It might be a great move. I'm going to give it to Glenn, though. I think Glenn, whenever Glenn has everything working on his team, I think he's got the best team here, truthfully. Jonathan Taylor and Saquon just tear up the league when they're in. So, all right. Josh versus Jeff. I'm going to give it to Jeff here. Kyler Murray's coming around. Jahmyr Gibbs had a huge game last week. Joe Mixon is having big games. Jamar Chase is a stud. I don't know what Samuel's going to do, if he's going to be it or not. But, Ayuk is gone. Brian Robinson Jr. is having a great game. So I see good things in Jeff's future here. For Josh, Stephon Diggs is kind of hot and cold. DJ Moore is not is Mr. Hot and Cold. I think he's got like 20 points in one game. The rest of the game, he's got like 4 or 5 points. So, but he had to pick up Evan Ingram. He's getting a lot of targets, and Malik Neighbors is back. So I could be wrong here, but I could see Josh doing okay as well. But going with Jeff because I think Jeff's team's about to take off here for him. All right, so. Sorry here. Well, I don't know. Maybe Todd will like this. He said I jinxed him last week by picking him, so I'm going to pick Kirk here. Kyron Williams already has 17 points. Aaron Jones for Todd has 9. Jordan Love versus Stroud. I got to go Love there. Brees versus Jacobs. I got to go Brees. Lamb versus Garrett Wilson. I got to go Lamb. Just kind of on down the line. The only advantage I really see for Todd here is A.J. Brown versus Kamara. Brown's probably going to get that. Really, Tucker Kraft versus Pitts. Kraft might have the advantage there. He's getting a lot of work. Bills D versus Seattle. Bills D should do good for Todd. I don't know about 49ers D versus Dallas. That's kind of iffy, but yeah. All right, there's my picks. I think that's it. All right. Did I do... I didn't do Bill versus Sherry, did I? No. Okay, never mind. One more. Bill versus Sherry. Got to go Bill. Bill's having some big weeks here. His team is starting to take off. So I don't trust Sherry's team yet. She may be a lot better. Chase Brown is pretty well starting now in Cincy. This is Tua's first week back, so I'm not comfortable picking her yet here. We'll see what Tua is able to do now that he's back. But, Bill just got 159 points. I got to respect that. So I'm going to give it to him this week on that deal. All right, that's the last game. All right, we'll get Jude in here. Here we go, Jude.
McCaffrey, if you can, beats Resort Queen Fan. The Tomahawk's Tomahawk beats Sullivan Eagles. Team For Sale beats Car 54, Where Are You? Detonator beats Iraqi Cage Clan. And Here My Team beats Outrageous.
Right now, I'm winning 10-9 as of our last time that we did this. So, got you by 1 point right now. All right. As always, good luck.